So this is Lightning Legs. We had a little bit of a fiasco with this. She was in the big pen and kept trying to lamb, and she was doing good. She was off by herself. And then these two yearling ewes started really harassing her, kind of running her around, and then she ended up in the middle of everybody, and then she couldn't settle down her lamb, so I ended up running a few ewes into this smaller pen, and now she's just separated with, she's with two other ewes are in there with her, but she finally was able to take the time to have this baby. But she's been not super attentive to it. She may be trying to have the second one. She was standing a minute ago for it. She's been pretty worried about what everybody else is doing instead of first lambing and then taking care of this lamb. So that's not great. But we'll see how she does. She's a 2-year-old and she had a single last year. Well, she's standing for it. But she's one of my spookier ewes, and I'm not impressed with this whole show today. Because like I said, she's very worried about what's going on, and I like them to get pretty settled in once they are really trying to lamb. With some of my older girls, some of which are pretty spooky, but boy, when it comes time to lambing, they're all business. Yeah, no, she's not standing very well for this lamb to nurse. I think she got another one coming. I'm glad it's not cold out. She hasn't dried this lamb off much. What are you doing, kitty? You should be any time now, huh? And then you, Bunny, I didn't want you in there. She's not due for a few days. And then the one behind her, Meow, is due any minute. And Meow could be in early labor. I don't think Kitty is. And I have one other ewe that I'm pretty sure is in early labor that I'd like to get in this smaller pen, although she's an older ewe with a brain. So she'll probably be fine. Kitty and Meow are my, and this ewe that's lambing are my problem children, as is one other big ewe. Hi, Kitty. So yeah, so you guys are gonna have to stay in the small pen. Sorry, but you guys are not the brightest. And with the binoculars, I do see, looks like 2 feet and a nose. Definitely 1 foot and a nose. The little lamb's hungry. I don't know that it's actually gotten on her yet. There you go, Mom. You're a good mom. Cleanest spot, Mama. There's 4 good-sized bedded shelters right here, but nope. Mama's having another baby, buddy. So this is not so good. Lamb's wandering off. There we go. Don't wander off, buddy. I'm glad she's in this small pen because that guy might go off with somebody else. If not. Yeah, you other guys just stay over here. Yeah, what are you gonna do here? Because you got 2. I'm not sure if these have nursed. My guess is the white one has. I don't think the other one has, but not sure. There's a lot. She's moving around a lot, not really standing very well. Yeah, not really standing very well. I don't think, I hope she doesn't have another one. Come on, buddy. She's pretty distracted. Yeah, she's not standing very well. Girl, you may have to stand there for a minute. It's a pretty lamb. I have to get up to them to do iodine and weigh them and give selenium shots. See whether or not she better not bail when I do that. I like to check my ewes to make sure both sides are open. Yeah, she's really not standing still very well. Look at her ears. This one's a girl. I don't know about the white one. Come closer, Mama. Yeah? Look at your little ears. Yeah. Let's see what the white one is. There you go, Mama. Yeah, I need to stay close. I gotta do shots and weigh these guys. Yeah. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. Yeah. No, Rhiannon. Are you gonna have to come out of there, Rhiannon? Don't let babies nurse. Now I wish I had checked that used heats. Definitely don't want her to let other lambs nurse. Use up her colostrum. She should still be a couple days away from lambing, but she's certainly huge. Are you going to try to steal her lambs? What are you doing? You don't like that one, but you kind of want them to nurse. Yeah, why don't you just leave them alone? Leave them alone. You're going to have to go back in this other pen if you're going to steal her lambs. does look like she's gonna let that nurse. Okay, you gotta come out of there. You gotta come out of there. Are you on cleanup duty? You got that placenta cleaned up? Yeah, good job. Okay, can you guys not lamb at the same time, please? Because if you do, there's going to be some stealing. So I now have these. These are all due. Like that one, Meow, is due. She's like 151 days. But I don't know if it was worse to put them in here or better. But I'm afraid like they're gonna not go off somewhere else to lamb, and then somebody's gonna walk through their lambs. But what may happen here is that these may all lamb at once and steal each other's lambs. So hoping that doesn't happen, because I don't want their lambs to get mixed up, because they're bred to 3 different really nice rams, and these are really nice ewes. So hopefully they don't swap lambs. And then I left my girls with a little more brains. But I like to leave like the whole pen for everybody, because then they can lamb in those shelters, and they have, I know that's terrible looking, but they have several shelters here that are big enough to lamb in. And they like the corners. They like to go off in the corners. I haven't had good luck turning them out and letting them lamb out in the pasture, because then the other ones leave them and they freak out. But they like to lamb in these big shelters. The older ewes do. The younger ones they just seem to like to lamb right in the middle of everybody, which causes a problem, because then their first lamb goes off with somebody else and then they freak out. And then I put her in here because that other ewe was letting her babies nurse off her, so she can be in here for, oh dear, for the night. Anyway, you guys doing okay? You don't know? Okay. But yeah, I'll put her back in the big pen tomorrow. So these guys are still in here because she really does not have much milk at all. Actually, I'm not sure she really has any, so I need to bring a bottle down and see if they'll drink it. I did give her some calcium earlier. Hi, sweetie. Yeah, you're not a fan of people. Yeah, they're just not getting anything out of there. We need to make some milk. I'll give her some more calcium later.